in fairness to them, they've all moved on to blindly worshiping at the feet of the president of Ukraine.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
yeah. So
and,
it seems popular.
For the record, every time we do this now, we have to like qualify our statements by saying Putin is a thug. He shouldn't have invaded Ukraine, but maybe we shouldn't just blindly accept the government's narrative.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. And I honestly don't. I'm not educated enough about the Ukraine to have a strong opinion, but I do think the trend is funny between the people who were blindly pro, lockdown and COVID hysteria and now just have switched to.
Yeah, that's the dynamic that, and I don't want to get into Ukraine either, but the dynamic of where a switch was flipped and we were suddenly allowed to talk about the problems with lockdowns and masking and all that stuff. But now those same companies, perhaps directed by the same government officials, are determining what you're allowed to say about the invasion of Ukraine. And I don't.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the infrastructure of government censorship that's sort of now baked into the cake. So I think we should at least notice that we're getting dangerously close to a point where we're not allowed to criticize the government's actions.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what they are.
Yeah.
Good actions, bad actions.
Did you hear this Robbie Suave from Reason? His video was taken down where it was some speech that Trump gave.
Yeah.
And he was actually criticizing him. They were criticizing him in the video, but apparently they didn't criticize him quickly enough or it wasn't clear enough, so they took it down. So, I mean, and whatever you think of Trump, which I certainly don't think well of him, but he was the president of the United States
Right.
for 4 years. Like, to act like we can't even have a video of him and talk about it, I mean, this is scary stuff.
Yeah, it's insane. You mentioned the memo, and I dug around. There's supposedly a memo done by the president's polling company. I think it's the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I did some digging to see if it was real because it seemed like a parody, but I think it was real.
Yeah.
But whether or not it was real, I immediately saw spokespeople for the Democrats on TV saying exactly the messages that they decided. So the science didn't change, just the midterms are coming.
Exactly.
That's all that happened.
There was a memo I saw. It was from like a focus group or something, but it was to the Democratic politicians. I think it was probably not the real version that they all got. But it's also like, the message is declare victory. We, the Democrats, have beaten COVID.
Yeah.
Because Democratic politicians can beat COVID, a virus. And, it's time to declare victory and move on. But of course, there's still no acknowledgement or repudiation of what went on, and I think that's important. Otherwise, it will just happen again.